Welcome back to the second hour of LoveBabz, LoveTalk. I'm so delighted I got Terry Borton. Unmute yourself, sir.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm so glad I got a chance to talk to you because I missed you yesterday. So I'm so glad you had time to
Yes,
fit
I
me back in.
apologize for that.
That's all right. I'm glad you could fit me in today. So you got a new book out.
I have a new book out. Yes,
Yes.
it's called Magic Lantern Art,
Yes.
and it is a study of the leading artists for the Magic Lantern, which was like the television of 100 years ago, was the common mass medium that everybody knew and experienced. And this guy was the guy that created the art that you saw on screen.
So how did you come to this? Now I understand you're like the third or fourth generation of this art form.
Yeah, yes, my great grandfather back turn of the last century had a magic lantern, as did many gentlemen of the time. And the magic lantern is it's a projector, um, little toy one here. Um, And he gave shows for his family and friends, and that got passed down in my family. So when I was a kid, I grew up with these shows that my dad put on, and I thought they were terrific. And one slide in particular that fascinated me was a picture of a huge tiger. So it's black all around the screen, and this tiger is there, and the eyes move, and the mouth moves, and my father, and we would be watching it with our dog, and my father would say, "I'm looking for a delicious dog to eat," and the eyes would go searching, and our dog would start to howl. Ow! You go. And I was 8 at the time, but that really impressed me. I didn't think of it this way, but magic lantern art was so powerful that it even affected dogs. And here, 80 years later, I'm still hooked on the subject.
So this had to be a labor-intensive art form, right?
It
Because
was a labor-intensive art form,
like
yeah.
I don't think you could like put like, it took some time to like pull all this illustrations together and then show it on a projector.
Well, it was a business and a fairly large business. Beale, who was the artist, would paint a picture about 13 by 13. It was sent to the Magic Lantern factory, photographed, photographically reduced to 3 inches, printed to an emulsion on glass, hand colored, framed, and then sent out to showmen who would use it to give shows. So
Wow. So did you have to get trained to be a showman? Like how do you come to be a showman?
that was open to anybody, and lots and lots and lots of people did. There were catalogs that, like 100 different catalog companies that had thousands of slides that you could buy or rent. So one master image that Beale created, and then 100 copies or 1,000, or in some cases we think like 10,000, particularly for religious images or secret society images.
So was this lucrative at the time?
Yes, sure. People made a living with it. There were super showmen. For instance, John Stoddard would come to Philadelphia, rent the Academy of Music, which is the 3,000 seat hall, run it every night for 2 weeks with people lying out on the street camped. waiting to get tickets.
It's like a modern day Beyonce.
It was, yes. And then at the other extreme, there were poor guys, that slept around from town to town and put up their signs, and they might be lucky if they got 10 people or 100 people. So big range in performers, but thousands and thousands of Magic Lantern performers, of which I'm a vestige here.
So you became I guess you would be considered a master showman. What's the equipment like? Like, do you use the equipment from that time, or is somebody
Yes.
making new magic lantern equipment?
No, I'm using the equipment from that time. It's a beautiful machine, about 2 feet high, made of mahogany with brass lens cases and brass and glass lenses in it. And it can project an image 20 feet high.
Wow.
So the biggest show that we ever did was at Chautauqua in New York. We had about 3,000 people there. Um, and we perform in theaters, museums, cultural venues, and one sort or another. And coming up at Yale
Yes.
on the 16th at 7 o'clock, a public show, um, open to anybody who would like to come. It's at 7 o'clock in the William Harkness Hall, which is at 100 Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a very nice 200-seat theater there. First
Mm-hmm.
come, first serve.
That's a good. I've been in that space. It's a good space for this kind of thing. So,
Yes,
and I think people would want to see this as a part of American history, and a precursor to motion pictures.
exactly, exactly. Yeah.
So how do you keep it alive? Like, how do you keep it alive? Are there people under you training? Are you have mentorships? Like, because
Yes,
this has got to
yes.
keep going.
If you can see me, you can tell I'm getting along. I'm 87 now, and slowing down a little bit. So I run a Zoom session for people who are interested in becoming Magic Lantern performers. There are about a dozen people who come regularly. Some of them don't know anything. They don't even have a lantern yet, and others have become quite accomplished, doing it for 3 years. And we've got some really good Magic Lantern performers, youngish, coming along. So,
So, are there magic lanterns to be bought and found in the
sure,
world?
if you go on eBay, in terms of the slides, just take a guess in your mind as to how many slides you might find on eBay. I'll tell you, it's about 25,000 slides available
Wow.
on eBay. 100 years after this medium disappeared, gives you some sense of how pervasive it was.
Hmm.
And you can buy an inexpensive lantern for a couple $100. The kind that I use is a professional showman's lantern. That's more expensive, but a good starter lantern is a couple $100. So
So, who else were the artists of the day? Because I know your book is primarily focused. Was he the greatest artist of the day?
the greatest Magic Lantern artist, definitely.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Um, and in terms of who was watching, everybody was watching. You couldn't avoid this meeting. If you went to church uh, in the evenings, there would be religious Magic Lantern shows. If you went,
Really?
yes, oh yes. Well, just like today, PowerPoint, demonstrations or movies about biblical stories, same kind of thing. Very heavily used by missionaries. If you went to school, there would be a magic lantern for history lessons and the like. If you went to a fraternal society like the Masons, they had rituals every month illustrated with lantern imagery. I estimate that about 9 million men a month were watching Beale slides in a secret society context. So it was just everywhere.
Wow. So, how heavy is this thing?
Excuse me?
How heavy is the magic
Now,
lantern?
I joke that it gains 2 pounds a year. Uh, it weighs about, I don't know, 30 pounds, something like that.
That's
I,
pretty. Pretty.
I can still swing it.
Okay, all right. So we have all these kinds of depictions and illustrations. Were there like racy kinds too, like sort
There
of like
were
taboo, forbidden kind of stuff?
yes,
Oh,
whatever you could think of in the 19th century was being illustrated with a magic lantern. So Beale did stories, Bible, history, current events, things like that, pretty straight down the road. But there were also pornographic shows, there were racist shows, there were illustrated lectures about everything you could think of. Explorers in the Arctic took a magic lantern along with them to keep their ship entertained, and a photographer to document what they were doing so they could come back, go on the road, make money to fund their next exploration.
wow. So are there any artists that are doing the illustrations for new magic lantern slides?
There is one woman, Melissa Ferrari, who is doing that kind of thing. Really extraordinary work. She's a good artist and a good performer, and she's particularly interested in the sort of intersection between science and the paranormal. So
Mhm.
these are strange mixtures of scientific things and paranormal things.
So what do you want people to know about this? I don't know if this is common, a common known art form. What do you want
No,
people to know about this?
yeah, no, it's not commonly known. That's why I'm working at it here with both doing shows. I've done about 1,000 shows over the last
Wow.
25 years, and two books about the magic lantern and a batch of articles. So I can answer that quickly, or if you'd like, I can read 3 minutes out of the book on what is magic lantern art. But
Go ahead.
very quickly, it's uh, it was the pervasive visual medium of the 19th century. And in terms of subject matter, it was about everything, and it was very engaging and involving.
Wow.
I can also recreate a little show for you, a couple
Please.
minutes long, part of what I'm going to be doing at Yale. So,
Okay. Give me some. We got a few minutes.
okay.
We
So
got a few minutes.
this is a little story. I'll tell you the story, and I'll interject a one sentence description of the slides just to give you a sense. This is Little Orphan Annie.
Oh, I know a little orphan Annie.
But this is not the Little Orphan Annie you know. This is before it, written in 1885.
Wow.
Well, Little Orphan Annie's come to our house to stay and wash the cups and saucers up and brush the crumbs away and shoo the chickens off the porch and dust the hearth and sweep and make the fire and bake the bread and earn her board and keep. It's a picture of Little Orphan Annie, and the next picture is of kids sitting around the fire. And all us other children, once the supper things is done, we sit around the kitchen fire and we have the mostest fun listening to the witch tales that Annie tells about. She says, here comes the chorus, listen. She says, goblins will get you if you don't watch out. Once, she said, picture of a little boy in church. Once there was a little boy who wouldn't say his prayers. And when he went to bed at night, away upstairs, his mammy heard him holler, and his daddy heard him bawl. And when they turned the covers down, he wasn't there at all. And everybody, the goblins will get you if you don't watch out. Picture of a little girl stealing jam. At once, there was a little girl that always steal and grin and make fun of everyone and all her blood and kin. And just as she clicked her heels and turned to run and hide, there was two great slimy things a standing by her side, and they snatched her to the ceiling. For she knowed what she's about. And everybody The goblins will get you if you don't watch out. And when those goblins come, there's a big flash of lightning and poof, she disappears. So
Wow.
that gives you a sense of it. Can be
That's a
very
good,
dramatic.
that's very dramatic. I was like, wow. And then so you get the illustration with this,
Right.
right? How does it move? Like you just pull a slide and put a slide in?
Yeah, sure. That's the basic thing. But to make it disappear, it's a double lantern. So I have a little girl's picture in one and lightning in the other. And so the little girl, she's stealing the jam and the great slimy things come and I put my fingers in front of the lens and create these big shadows on the screen. And then wham, when she disappears, I turn her off, flash a sign of lightning, turn it off, everything's dark. And the goblins will get you if you don't watch out.
Okay. I'm watching out. Let me tell you. I'm gonna watch out, Mr. Borton. I'm gonna watch out. All right, so tell me when you're performing at Yale again. Tell the audience.
Yes, at 7 o'clock on the 16th, that's Thursday, at the William Harkness Hall, which is at 100 Wall Street.
Mhm.
And inside the Harkness Hall is a recital hall, which is room 201.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow, I'm so glad I got a chance to talk to you, Mr. Borton. This was quite an enjoyable conversation.
Good. Well, I've enjoyed it too. I've
And
enjoyed it too.
I am more interested in Magic Lantern than I thought I would be.
There you go. There you go. I'm telling you, you put your toe in and the alligator is going to grab you.
Well, thank you so much for making it this morning. Have a wonderful show. I hope it's well received. If I'm around, I'm going to dip in and catch it. But it was a pleasure to talk to you.
Pleasure to meet you. Thanks very much for inviting us.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thank you so much. So, everybody, this is Mr. Terry Borton. He has a wonderful book out called The Magic Lantern. But if you want to see it in action, make your way to Harkness Hall on April 16th at 7 o'clock and watch out. That's all I'm going to say. So, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good time on Thursday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Harry.
Mm-hmm.